Hello beloveds, and welcome to the extended reading where I'll focus on the sacred sexual side of the dynamic for the divine lovers. And yeah, I may tune in more into to the emotional side, to the spiritual side as well. Whatever needs to be explored on a bit of a deeper level. Thanks for joining me here on the other side, and I will get straight into it. Not really one for foreplay and all that. And I wonder if that will have to change. Is the divine masculine to foreplay? Let's see what this card says. So this is the card for the divine masculine, and it made me giggle a bit. He's the Page of Stones, the links. And this is the card for the divine feminine, Two of Arrows or Swords. And I was a little bit surprised by this one, but I do recall this card coming up before in a sacred sexual reading, specifically for the divine feminine. I don't remember exactly what was said in that, but it'll be interesting if it's a reoccurring energy or if this is something completely new. But I think this time I will actually, no, I'll just say something of both of them together, because the first impressions what I'm getting from both of these is virginity. And with the divine masculine, there's something about the element of surprise here. So could be surprise, surprise, your divine masculine is actually a virgin. In the physical sense, I would say. And there is a beautiful, really beautiful energy with that. Like a confidence, like there's such confidence in this card. There is also a sense of a kind of patience, like he's been waiting, and he's so proud of himself that he's waited to be with his beloved. It is kind of it does have like a young adolescent energy, but it has as I said, the confidence, but also like the kind of knowledge, like, but don't worry babe, I know what I'm doing, that kind of energy. It's really there's something a bit I'm getting kind of 50s teddy boy, almost a bit Grease, as in the movie Danny Zuko kind of energy with this card as well. It's Danny Zuko was he was very hands everywhere, very pouncy, wasn't he? I don't want to go into the whole recent thing about how that movie's quite toxic or whatever, because I think we know that the heart of it, it's not. So there is that, but a bit more kind of like reserved, about to pounce, but can wait, can absolutely wait for the right moments. Just with this one, if we're talking in a sense, a sense physical virginity, with the divine feminine, it just feels like a bit more of a conflict with that. It feels more to do with how she may communicate that. Sorry, I just need to put in. How she may communicate that to her beloved when the time comes. She's kind of like covering her. You could say she's covering her heart, but she's also covering her breast there. Just for some reason the divine feminine energy here just isn't feeling reassured as much as I would expect. Is the kind of cocky Danny Zuko side from this card unsettling her a bit? Is it is it kind of that? Has she been tricked before by someone kind of posing like that? There is that element as well. If we want to stick with virginity, but sorry, that's a strange expression, but kind of bring in this energy. So it's after kind of healing, purging, kind of transmuting the energies. That it's more the sense of feeling like a virgin again. For the divine masculine, I feel that's how he arrived at this state. For the divine feminine, I feel after awakening, she very much felt like a virgin again, and yeah, I'm just getting the energy of someone coming in and kind of perhaps tricking her into, whether it's deliberate or not, or her believing that it was her divine masculine. It may not necessarily even be sharing her body physically, because we know this works on so many different levels. Could have just been letting someone in who just wasn't of the right vibration, and she could be asking herself, can I become a virgin a third time? Well, it's 2 of arrows, so maybe she's lost, maybe it's losing virginity twice, maybe it's physically losing it, and then after the awakening, yeah, this sense of I'm just getting another male energy coming in, feeling a bit damaged goods. Is that something that resonates with anyone? It does carry on from this one in a way. If you remember at the end of the last video, I was saying about it's very much society's view of women being unclean. I don't know if I can go into all the kind of aspects of virginity and the kind of the societal, the cultural, religious kind of view of that, and how women is kind of perceived in various stages, but there is that. All right, so what I've said, I hope that made some sense. There is also a sense of having to defend her virginity as well. And that feels more in a communicative way. Some communication feels like a big thing here. She has the blindfold across her eyes, but I almost feel like it should be across her mouth. it's basically like having a hard time, being given a hard time. And this kind of reversal, it's like, if we just go to like perhaps modern Western culture, it's like, yeah, if you don't have sex like really young with a enormous amount of people, that's seen as like a bad thing. It's everything is like back to front, upside down. It's so it's like what perhaps in the past was considered normal would be, perhaps the man would feel more like a kind of freak if he was a virgin, and the woman was just kind of expected. Now that is kind of reversed. And also the feminine perhaps not having to defend her honor is like a new thing, but perhaps there are again some predatory energies, and she has had to go, actually no, I'm waiting. But I feel it's more having to defend why she's a virgin. It's just craziness. Yeah, not quite what I was expecting from this reading, but that's what's come up initially. I'm always happy to be surprised. I actually think today I'm just going to leave it there. And I will put this one, I'll put this one up as is. I didn't go into too graphic detail, so I think it's okay for the general public on YouTube and other platforms. And then you'll be able to see a little bit about what the extended entails and kind of the areas I go into. Sometimes it does go a bit more explicit, and I don't like to censor that. That's why I try to do it on a different platform. But today that didn't feel so important that I kind of needed to go there. So yeah, so it's probably a good thing for those curious can see what it's about, and then next time it will be on a paid platform. And I hope to not be kind of so not stunned, but can go, right, I know exactly what this is about. But the energies this week are very, very new, even in the first one. And I was like, and even though I'd seen that card before, I was a little bit like, okay, I'm not quite sure what we're delving into here. So thank you for bearing with me, and take care. Any feedback, pop below or message me. I always appreciate it. And absolutely not on purpose. I don't have these on fishing wires or anything. Not yet. Maybe in the future, in a future performance of mine. So lovelies, take care, and I will see you soon.